This is double jeopardy. I already appeared in court for this thing. I want to move to a motion to dismiss this case. I wanted to move.
Sir, please do not interrupt.
So I want to move for dismissal with extreme prejudice. In fact, I'm under medication right now. I don't have a clear mind.
Today's courtroom appearance involves a self-identified sovereign citizen who is back before a judge after being stopped for driving without a valid license. Again, this is not a first-time issue, but a repeat situation that has already been addressed by the court once before. Throughout the hearing, the defendant attempts a variety of tactics commonly seen in these cases. He argues semantics, questions the court's authority, and suggests that using a self-chosen name somehow places him outside the reach of the law. These arguments are presented confidently, but they have no legal foundation. What makes this case especially interesting is the judge presiding over the matter. She runs a tight courtroom, stays focused on the facts, and shows very little patience for distractions or scripted arguments that have already been rejected countless times in courts across the country. As the hearing continues, the judge listens carefully, allows the defendant to speak, and then methodically explains why his claims do not hold up under the law. Her response becomes increasingly firm as it becomes clear that the defendant is refusing to engage with reality or follow basic legal requirements. By the final moments of the hearing, the judge delivers a decisive shutdown of the arguments presented, making it unmistakably clear that personal beliefs do not override traffic laws or court authority. The courtroom atmosphere shifts as the consequences of repeated noncompliance become unavoidable. Watch closely as this exchange unfolds, and feel free to share your thoughts in the comments as the video plays. With that said, let's jump into the footage and see how this judge firmly puts an end to these arguments. Live in court.
We are on the record in 2024 TR 617. Sir, you may need to scoot over a little bit to be picked up by that microphone. I'm not sure, but sometimes you have to be in the middle with it. Mary Ann Shirley appears for the state. Are you Abel Estrada Jr., sir?
Yes, if I made, can I make a statement?
No, not yet. Okay, sir, you are charged in count 1 with on or about the 21st day of August, 2024 in Greenwood County, state of Kansas. Then and there, contrary to the statutes of the state of Kansas, unlawfully operating a vehicle, to wit, a 2011 GMC Acadia, upon a highway which does not have the signed license plate. I think they mean that the vehicle didn't, not the highway, but your vehicle did not have the assigned license plate properly affixed to the rear of the vehicle, showing the current registered year. And this is an unclassified misdemeanor. It is punishable by up to $2,500 in fines and a possible sentence of up to 6 months, 30 days minimum, up to 6 months, although probation is usually granted. Now, sir, did I not just have you in municipal court recently on the same charge?
Yes, and I don't understand why am I seeing again, because that would be double jeopardy. I'm saying for the same.
Sir, you haven't been tried on it.
I have
a first appearance on it, and apparently the city prosecutor must have dismissed it and refiled it over here for whatever reason, I know not. But as I recall, your plea was not guilty. Is that still your plea?
Yes, but I'm here to make a separation between my name. My name is Abel Estrada with low caps. This name on the top, I don't know if you can see it. This name on the top is my straw man. I am the man, and this is the straw man. So if you're calling the straw man, I'm here to represent the straw man, but I'm Abel Estrada Jr., the man, the living man.
Apparently, simply adding the word man to the end of a legal name is supposed to make someone immune from the law. That seems to be the theory being tested here, as the defendant confidently presents a self-made identification card as if it carries legal weight in a courtroom. He appears to genuinely believe that flashing this homemade document will cause the judge to immediately reverse course and dismiss the case, as if the court will suddenly pause and say, "Apologies, you're free to leave." Unfortunately for him, That is not how the legal system operates, and it never has been. What makes this situation even more concerning is that this is not an isolated incident. This individual has already been stopped once before for driving without a valid license, and now, just months later, he is back in court facing the same issue all over again. At this point, it's hard to argue that the message hasn't already been delivered. Rather than learning from prior consequences, he appears to be repeating the same behavior while expecting a different outcome. That pattern raises serious questions about accountability and respect for public safety laws that exist to protect everyone on the road. It also puts judges in an increasingly difficult position. Courtrooms are meant to resolve real disputes and enforce the law efficiently, yet cases like this consume valuable time and resources. One has to wonder how often judges encounter these arguments before patience runs thin. If you were sitting on the bench, would you be able to maintain composure while hearing the same rejected claims again and again? Or would you reach the point where firm consequences become unavoidable to prevent repeated misuse of the court's time? Given that this is already a second offense, the expectation is clear. Responsibility has to be taken. Repeating the same choices while ignoring lawful requirements only leads to stronger responses from the court. At some point, reality has to set in.
I'm calling the living man.
So,
So are you going to have an attorney? Are you going to need to apply for court-appointed attorney, or will you be waiving your right and representing yourself?
no, of course, I wanted to have an attorney, but I still haven't not made my statement, which is,
Are you going to hire an attorney or apply for court-appointed?
I cannot afford an attorney, but I need to make my statement that
Let me get a few things worked out, sir. You're going to apply for an attorney, so you'll need to fill out an application for court-appointed attorney, and the deputy down there can give that to you. Make sure you fill that out and get that back to me before this hearing is over. Make sure you fill in all the blanks and you sign it and you date it where it says to, because I generally don't consider those if they're not thoroughly completed. And then you call back to my assistant, Missy, later in the week to see if one is appointed and who that will be. Do you need Missy's number, or did you take it down earlier from the other hearings?
no, I don't have.
All right. Missy, do you want to give him your number?
620-583-8155.
And then Missy, when is his next court date?
Well, I haven't explained my position.
Sir, we're not going to have a trial today. You're going to need to talk to your attorney before you have a trial. So Missy, when is his trial date?
I wanted to move.
Sir, please do not interrupt. Missy, when is his, and we won't set it directly for, do you want to set it directly for trial, or do you want to set it for a status so I can check in with you after you talk to your attorney?
I don't know what the status means.
Well, let's set it for a status, Missy, or control.
November 22nd at 10.
You, sir, will need to be back here by Zoom November 22nd at 10 a.m. Are you on bond? Let me check.
Why would I need a bond?
There is no bond on the file, and it is an unclassified misdemeanor. So I'm not going to make you file a bond since it's an unclassified misdemeanor. If you fail to come to court, though, most likely a warrant would be issued anyway, and you'd be taken into custody. But as long as you come to court when you're told to, that's not going to be a problem. So you're going to call and get your attorney, or find out if you have an attorney.
I haven't given a chance to
You do not need a bond, and you have your court dates.
Number one, I want to move to a motion to dismiss this case because I didn't try for this, and I have the license plates, both license plates. I was not driving anything unlawful or illegal. I'm living in the private. I'm driving in the private, and so I want to move for dismissal with extreme prejudice.
Sure. Let's just throw the entire case out because the defendant confidently requested it. By that logic, every court docket in the country would be cleared by lunchtime. It's presented as a bold legal maneuver, but in reality, it has no grounding in law or procedure. This individual seems to believe that confidence alone can override statutes, precedent, and basic legal standards. He behaves as if simply stating his position is enough to make the law step aside. Unfortunately for him, courts don't operate on personal beliefs or improvised interpretations. What stands out most is the complete disconnect from reality. The law is treated as optional, almost as if traffic regulations are suggestions rather than enforceable rules. Despite prior consequences, the same behavior continues, with the expectation that the outcome will somehow change. There have been rare instances where defendants using similar arguments at least attempt to form something resembling a structured claim. Even when those arguments fail, they are usually presented with some effort at coherence. That is not what we see here. Instead, the defendant arrives with a single piece of paper, clearly self-created, and appears genuinely surprised when it does not result in an immediate dismissal. Courts do not function on homemade documents or personal declarations, no matter how confidently they are presented. This raises an important question about how the legal system should respond when the same unfounded arguments are repeatedly brought before the court. At what point does enforcement need to become stricter to prevent continued misuse of judicial time and public resources? Share your thoughts in the comments as you watch this unfold. Should the system handle repeat cases like this differently? Or is consistent enforcement the only real solution? Let us know what you think.
And also, I want to make sure that you understand that I want to keep all my constitutional rights. So far, my constitutional rights are being trampled over right now by yourself because you're not giving the chance to speak. I have not given the chance to speak. You're just going over and over, and I'm requesting that you remove this case because this is double jeopardy. I already appeared in court for this thing. I have not been given the opportunity to explain myself. I want to keep my rights, and I haven't been able to keep my rights. You yourself and the lady on the other side signed a oath of office to uphold the Constitution of the United States, and I'm not being given those rights right now, man. I respectfully request that you honor my rights. And I want to move for a complete dismissal because it's double jeopardy and I already appeared in court.
All right, well, I did give you the opportunity to speak. You were speaking, not I, not Miss Shirley. And so I gave you the chance to say what you want to. If you want to talk to your attorney can help you put together the motions that you've kind of implied, at least, if not outright said you want to pursue. But we will take that up on the date that I gave you to reappear.
I'm sorry, it's breaking up. You said you're gonna take what up to do what?
I can take up any motions that you want to file at a later date. With the next court date, we can revisit any motions or visit any motions you want me to consider.
I appreciate it, thank you. Being dragged down so much and I have a hard time moving around. As you can see, I'm disabled and I only come here once a week to the hospital to be treated, and all this court is putting a lot of stress, and I'm not able to heal properly. Why are we dragging it out so much, ma'am?
When did you get this disability? I don't remember you being unable to walk the last time I saw you.
I came in my bike is right here. I have it right here. I don't know if you can see it. But I normally use a walker in a wheelchair, but I'm using the other one because it's easier to carry in the car. It's what's it called? It's knee scooter. I have 2 amputations on my feet. So ambulation is very difficult. I'm having a lot of pain. In fact, I'm under medication right now. I don't have a clear mind. Just so I can be here because it's too painful.
Well, that's why you need to call back here. You don't have to come in person. Call back here or have your wife or helper, whoever that is with you, call for you, and Missy can tell you if you qualify for an attorney and who that attorney will be and how you can get a hold of that attorney before your next court hearing. We did give you the date of that court hearing. You will need to be back here for that, but you can do that by Zoom. You don't have to even leave your home to do that as long as you've got a clear signal that allows us to communicate. So you're always welcome to come down there to the courthouse like you're doing now, but you don't have to as long as you can communicate by Zoom. And remind me, what town do you live in, sir? Are you from Kansas?
Yes, I'm in Howard, but even last night, when I got the letter from the sheriff, they brought it to me at 5 o'clock last night. I didn't even know.
All right, well, we,
So it wasn't improperly served. I got it like literally last night. We're trying to get people to come in and I don't have the time. I don't have the ability to move that fast. And so even the,
well, you were just complaining a moment ago that this case wasn't moving fast enough, that we were dragging it out. So there you go. Moving it too fast, you say.
yes, but it's dragging on because it should be dismissed.
Is anyone else questioning the claims being made by this so-called sovereign citizen? This situation doesn't involve a heroic stand for freedom or a battle against corruption. What we're actually seeing is a grown adult refusing to comply with basic laws that apply to everyone else. The reality is, the legal framework here is not complicated or unclear. Courts at the highest level, including the Supreme Court, have consistently ruled that individuals cannot simply opt out of the law based on personal beliefs. Participation in society comes with responsibilities, and the rules are well established. Driving, in particular, is not an inherent right. It is a regulated privilege. Every state requires a valid driver's license, proper vehicle registration, and insurance for a reason: public safety. These requirements exist to protect everyone on the road, not to restrict freedom arbitrarily. Many of these individuals present their arguments as if they've uncovered a hidden loophole or a secret interpretation of the law. In practice, their claims do the opposite. They often demonstrate a lack of understanding that goes below even basic legal knowledge held by the average person, that it's difficult to ignore a broader pattern here. This movement often frames itself as misunderstood or unfairly targeted, but in most cases, the conflict stems from avoiding responsibilities, such as traffic penalties, fines, or other legal obligations. The issue isn't oppression, it's accountability. The internet has played a major role in spreading these ideas. Online videos and forums can make anyone feel like an expert, even when the information being shared has no legal validity. Repetition and confidence can be persuasive, but neither replaces facts or law. What's unfortunate is that many of these individuals end up harming themselves the most. Repeated court appearances, mounting penalties, and escalating consequences become the outcome of rejecting reality rather than engaging with it. That said, this raises an important question. Is there still room for education and correction, or do repeated refusals to comply leave courts with no option but stricter enforcement? Where should the line be drawn? Part 2 of this case will be linked in the description. More importantly, share your thoughts below. Do you believe situations like this can be resolved through understanding and compliance, or has the pattern gone too far? Thank you for watching, and take care.